Today I wanted to talk about dictionaries. A dictionary is a special structure in Python which is very similar to lists, and it allows you to store multiple values and then apply certain keys to it, so you can then access those values using those keys instead of the index. You could compare it to an actual dictionary where the key you're looking for are the words in the dictionary, and then the value hidden behind that key is the definition of that word. To create a dictionary in Python, first we gotta give it a name. I'm just gonna call it dictionary1. Then after equals, you have to put the curly brackets, and we can go ahead and shift it to the other line. So first off, in the dictionary, we have to put in the key. So let's call our key potato. Then you have to put in the colon, and then the description or the value that's hidden behind that key. So let's say potatoes are vegetables. Then you have to put a comma, shift to the other line, and we can put our second value. So let's say our second value will be a strawberry. And then in our key called strawberry, we're gonna store a value. Strawberries are fruits. As you can see, I have put in here a few more values, and you can actually see that the identification key doesn't have to be a string. You can actually use any other values. So over here I used numbers, and I even used a boolean, and I applied some random definitions to those keys. Just one thing to keep in mind though is that the identification key cannot be a duplicate. You cannot have a duplicate identification key in your dictionary because they're just going to fight with each other. So if I would try to use, for example, 3 again, the PyCharm is going to point it out for me that I shouldn't be doing that. You cannot repeat the key values. So now it's actually pretty simple to access those values from a dictionary. So let's use our print. Then we're gonna print dictionary1, and you can either use square brackets, just like with lists, and then you supply the key, which you apply to your values. So for example, we could say potato, and if I start the program now, it's going to print out potatoes are vegetables, because that's the value hidden behind our key potato. So for example, if I would just input true, and then I start the program, it says, yes, even booleans work. So that's the first method of accessing values from a dictionary. However, there is a second, more controlled method, and that's using a function get. We're going to do dictionary1 dot get, open brackets, and then in those brackets, we're actually going to input our value. So for example, banana. And that would already work just like those square brackets. You can start the program. It says bananas are fruits. However, using the get command allows you to also use a default value in case our key actually doesn't exist and is not a part of the dictionary. Because if you look now, if I try to input a key that doesn't actually exist in our dictionary and I start the program, it's simply going to say none. So to change that none value, we can put a comma, and then we can input a second value. For example, let's say this isn't in the dictionary. And now, as you can see, I start the program and it's going to print out this isn't in the dictionary. And yeah, that would be it. So yeah.